Good morning everyone. Hope you're well. Just wait for you all to join. Morning. Roxy B, James Lay, Jack Metcalf, Matt Kuma, Mustafa, what's happening? Monday morning, thought I'd come on, massive fight week this Saturday. Probably one of the biggest cards we've ever put on. Definitely the biggest card of the year so far. Chisora against Joseph Parker, Katie Taylor against Natasha Jonas, Dimitri Bivol against Craig Richards, Chris Eubank Jr. against Marcus Morrison, James Tennyson against Straffon, Scott Fitzgerald, Campbell Hatton. It's an absolute banger this Saturday. So, Bobby Yolo, Johnny Liggett, Dan Reeves, thank you very much. Brad Pauls, how you doing, mate? Dalton Smith, how we doing, mate? Paul, thank you very much. Okay, questions. Malsori, any fight for Florian Marku? Yes, he's just recovering from an injury. I've been talking to Sam Jones and S-Jam. We'll have his fight date very soon. Looks like July. Book Manny Ryan. Billy Joe Saunders is looking fantastic. He's got the bit between his teeth. He thinks I just want Canelo to win, which is not true, but he just thinks it's him against the world, which is a great sign for him. He's in tremendous shape. Tevin Farmer, what's happening, mate? Lawrence Okoli, I cannot believe this card on Saturday. Mate, it is a monster card. Shannon Courtney, how are you, Shannon? World champ. Taylor Jonas, yes. Taylor Jonas is getting a lot of traction. This is a real fight. Any news on AJ v Fury? I'm not giving you any more dates because I keep missing them. All I can tell you is contracts have been signed. The fighters agree on an offer that's come in. We're tying up the date and the venue and the site agreement, which is on about its 4th draft. It is on the doorstep, ready to be delivered. KD, what's happening? Del Boy looks good. I mean, I think one of the interesting things about this fight on Saturday is the new training teams that people have. So Buddy McGirt for Del Boy Chisora, which I think is a brilliant addition. I think Buddy McGirt is a fantastic trainer. And also Andy Lee, now in the corner of Joseph Parker, which is, again, I think Andy Lee is a fantastic trainer as well. Can you clear the DAZN rumours? Good move if through. Look, listen, I'm not going to talk too much about that. There'll be an announcement soon about our TV contracts and which way we go. Ebony Bridges, how we doing? Good day, mate. Thank you, Sports. Greg, of course you can, my man. Any rough dates for fight camp? Listen, right? Fight camp is going to be off the charts this summer. Off the charts. Back in the garden with a crowd, right? Imagine the last fight camp. Turn up the fights by 10. Clarissa Shields against Savannah Marshall. Yes, we got conversations going on this week. I want to make sure we make that fight. It's really important that fight to be made. I do believe that Savannah will box in July. Clarissa's doing her MMA thing in June. So I think that fight will take place in October. Conor Benn updates. Yes, Conor Benn will return in July as well. Gamal Yafai, the European Super Bantamweight Champion. May 15th. Looking forward to seeing you back. Felix Cash. Yes, Felix Cash. Unbelievable performance. You know what? I'm so pleased that we took that fight because he had a shot at the European title. We lost the purse bids, fair enough, on a Frank Warren show. And I sat down with Tony Sims and Felix Cash. I said, do you feel you can beat Denzel Bentley? If you do, I think you should go and headline on this card. And they said, we'll beat him comfortably. And my God, did they do that. What a performance from Felix Cash. When will Luke Campbell fight again? I don't know. I think he's fairly undecided about his future. I'd like to see him move up to 140. Savage, Babbage in the place. Savage is hungry. Savage will be fed very soon. Cash against Liam Williams next. Yeah, look, I love that fight. I mean, I don't know, if I was Liam Williams, I've just fought at world level and put in a good display. I think I would be looking to get myself back in a position for the world title. I think it doesn't say a lot if you want to move back to domestic level. He's kind of conquered that, but we're bang up for that fight. Felix Cash against Liam Williams is a good fight. But if I was Liam Williams, I'd be looking to get back to world level as soon as possible in a big fight. Josh Warrington news. So Josh Warrington is going to rematch Maurizio Lara. We're trying to do that fight at Headingley, the home of Leeds Rhinos, but there was a couple of complaints to an application of which we're trying to deal with an appeal. I think it's very disappointing. We've got a chance here to bring a major sporting event back to Leeds, full capacity at the end of August, early September, and we're not given the opportunity to do so. So we're appealing that. We're also speaking to Leeds United as well, but Josh Warrington will rematch Maurizio Lara at the end of this summer. Ritson news. Yeah, Lewis Ritson will fight Ponce in a final eliminator for the IBF title. That's going to be June in Newcastle. Back with crowds, probably small crowds, but crowds all the same. Who are you going for this Saturday? Del Boy or Parker? Bad move for Warrington. Lara too good for him. Listen, Josh Warrington is, well, I believe, and am supposed to be the best featherweight in the world. He should be dealing with Maurizio Lara, and he'll have to do it to save his career in the rematch. Tune in and watch soon. Del Boy Chisora. People going for Del Boy this Saturday. Very tough fight. Ryan Thomas Cox says Parker. Luke Sully goes for the Del Boy KO. Do I think Parker actually beat Farr? Yeah, of course. Fitzgerald out soon. Scott Fitzgerald is out Saturday. Let's go. Del Boy too strong for Parker. Simon Dawson says Derek. What do I think on Dave Allen return? Good. Look, I think Dave just wants a couple of 4 and 6 rounders because he loves boxing and he obviously misses it. So while he's fighting at that level, I think it's all good. Derek in 7, Parker by unanimous decision. Thoughts on Jake Paul? Listen, I've promoted a Jake Paul fight. I think he's creating a lot of noise. I think the one thing I'll say about Jake Paul is he comes across as an absolute bellend, but he's actually not. He's all right. I mean, I've always found him all right, but he's on the wind-up, basically, and everybody's biting. What's next for Teddy Cheese? Listen, Teddy Cheese is now 5 in the IBF. I want to make Fowler against Cheeseman. I think it's a huge domestic fight. And both of those guys are well ranked in the IBF, actually. What kettle you got on? Mate, actually, no kettle today. No kettle. Mayweather Logan Paul, absolutely horrendous. Horrendous. I mean, look, I can understand Jake Paul against Ben Askren, and actually, Jake Paul against Tommy Fury. I don't think that fight will get made, but but Floyd Mayweather against Logan Paul, what is that? Do an impression. No. Although we will be bumping into the great Chris Eubank Sr. this week.
Edward, let me tell you, my son is fighting Marcus Morrison this Saturday, live on Sky Sports box office and DAZN. He will take him out in warrior style.
So we get him from that. When's Buatsi opponent being announced? Literally today or tomorrow. Where can you buy a Matchroom mask? We actually don't sell Matchroom masks, but we do sell t-shirts and hoodies available at matchroomboxing.com. Actually looking forward to seeing Chris Eubank Jr. back in the ring this weekend. I mean, no one's really giving Marcus Morrison much of a chance. He's coming off a great win in Italy, but Eubank's done like 1 round in about 2 years. Up Katie Taylor. William Dunners thinks Katie Taylor for the win this weekend. I think that's actually a really tough fight. You know, Joe Gallagher and Natasha Jonas, full of confidence, is, talk me through, but yeah, my old man got half a century at East Hanningfield Cricket Club on Saturday. I've not heard the end of it. I went round there yesterday, couldn't even walk. And my old man's actually got in the Essex over 70s cricket team. Jonas upset incoming. A lot of people backing Natasha Jonas this week for the upset. Sambo Warren, have you spoken to Tom Saunders? Yeah, I was with Tom Saunders last week. Yeah, they're, they don't really think that I want Billy Joe Saunders to win. I think I've stuck by Billy Joe Saunders a lot in the last year and a half. I've given him the opportunity of a lifetime. And if he goes and wins, I'll be absolutely delighted, to be honest with you. After Haney beats Jorge Linares. You know, May 29th, I think this Jorge Linares-Devin Haney fight is a brilliant, brilliant fight. Yes, G Regulator, Eubank against Andrade. I like this fight. Let's see what happens on Saturday with Chris Eubank. But I have no problem bringing Demetrius Andrade to the UK to fight Chris Eubank Jr. for the world title. Davies, Conor Benn's next fight. Yeah, said that earlier. You can only give BJS the opportunity and the platform. Yeah, I've done that. But look, again, you know, this is the problem with when you promote two fighters in a fight. Have you had your jab yet? No, I haven't, but I will be doing so soon. Felix Cash was different level. How do you think... Oh, you know what? This is a great fight. Kieran Conway against Suleiman Sissoko on the Canelo card. This is the kind of thing that I want to do. Obviously, we've got this global platform at the moment. I want to put all our international guys against with each other. Kieran Conway against Suli Sissoko. Great, great example of that. You know, at 154, let's make Fowler against Cheeseman. Let's make Fitzgerald against, I don't know, Metcalf. Let's make all these great fights. What am I doing today? I'm in the office and I have a big Sky Sports News interview in about half an hour. And then I'm going to go to the gym later on. And then I am going to get ready to go to Manchester later on this week. How much will you get involved in the Europro Golf Tour? I'll sit across that as chairman, Ollie. I used to run that golf tour myself, and I used to manage golfers on the PGA Tour and Europro Tour. So I love golf, got a big golfing background. Thoughts on bad decisions, refs and judges. I think you see it everywhere. I mean, I haven't seen I think there was a fight on the show on Saturday on the Queensbury shop card where was it David Aberlady? Someone said that was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. You see it everywhere. I know that most of the time I get the blame for it, even when it's not even my show, but you saw it in Spain. I thought there was some poor refereeing on our show in Spain. I just think the commissions have got to make sure they've got the best people in place to do the job. How many fans will be there in Manchester? 0, my friend James. It is behind closed doors. Chisora prediction. I think if it goes past 6 rounds, I think Del Boy's the favourite in the fight. Marley Harrison, greetings from Australia. G'day, mate. Jake Paul or Tommy Fury. You've got to think Tommy Fury is a big favourite in that fight. Indigo says, Eddie or a toad. Thanks, Indigo. Ribbit. Hergovich v Hunter. Rough date looking at the end of June for that fight. Diane Jury, Newcastle show. Yes, June. And again, Francis asking about Ritson. I think, again, we are only really going to be allowed probably 1,000 or so in Newcastle, I'll predict. But it'd be good to get people back. How's training going? Training's good. Teamed up with Oro and Holland and Barrett. I've probably done a month now. Do you know what? I've been training hard and eating really well. I haven't really lost a lot of weight, but starting to shape up a little bit. Alicia, does Jonas beat Taylor? You'll find out on Saturday night. What's next for Katie Taylor if she wins? Just get through Saturday. I mean, I think a lot of people talking about the Amanda Serrano fight. How can USA have 20k plus fans and we're barely allowed 1,000? Good question. You look like you lost a bit of timber, Eddie. On the scales, not really, but I've been working quite hard. What's next for Luke Campbell? Talked about that earlier. Going to catch up. Ray Ford next fight will be in July. Shout out to City Installations. They tell me that nobody does composite doors like them. You can use that on your social. Don't care. Mickinson v Campbell if Luke moves up. Now, Mickinson's up at welterweight. What's your opinions on Francis Warren? I'll get on with Francis Warren. He was in Miami for the Williams fight. It doesn't have to be difficult to work together. Brian Rose, Ammo Williams situation. Ammo Williams will not be fit to fight on our May card. He was going to fight Brian Rose, so we'll either reschedule that or we'll put Brian in another fight. When exactly is AJ v Fury? I'll give you a spread of 24th of July to the latest date, which would be August 7th. Will there be a rematch for Gavin McDonnell? I think Steffi's going to write to the EBU and try and ask them to make a rematch. Campbell Hatton, yes, back on Saturday night in Manchester. Thoughts on Frampton retiring? Amazing career, great fighter. Time to go, time to go. Rita says, any numbers for some cocaine? No, not for me, Rita. It's not my cup of tea. How much is the fight on Saturday night? £19.95. Sky Sports box office. Cheap at half the price. What's next for PBK? I'm catching up for Adam Booth. I would like to see Josh Kelly move to 154. I think he's a huge welterweight. I think there's some big domestic fights out there for him. Kevin Loreno, how we doing, mate? What's next for Dillian White? I'd like him to box in the States next. Why is Chisora Parker box office? I'll tell you why. Add up the purses for Chisora, for Parker, for Taylor, for Jonas, for Eubank, for Morrison, for Dimitri Bivol, for Craig Richards, for James Tennyson, for Campbell Hatton, and put in the fact there are no crowds. This is an unbelievable card on Saturday night. If you don't think you're getting value for money, you ain't out shopping, you're out shoplifting. White v Ngannou, AJ v Ngannou, who wins? I don't see the UFC guys winning in a boxing ring. And I don't see the boxing guys winning in the UFC ring, quite honestly. That sweep over Barnett is getting lower and lower. Don't worry about that, mate. We're all right. We're holding on. We're holding on. I'm 41. Tom Scott, how are we doing? Will we see David Price again? Yeah, actually, David Price, Hughie Fury potentially incoming. Do I believe Conor Benn is ready for the big boys at welterweight? I mean, like, if you breeze through someone like that, I mean, the argument is, yes, he is. But I would like to see Conor Benn do some more rounds. But he's ready to go. I think Conor Benn against Amir Khan is a massive fight. Massive fight. What's next for Florian Marku? Just coming off injury. He'll be back in July. Can't wait till Fury topples AJ. Good luck with that, Glenn. Future plans for Callum Smith. I believe he's going to be moving up to 175. Time for him to do that. John Ryder update. John Ryder is fighting David Morrell for the WBA regular world title. I'm actually going to hopefully get John out to the Canelo Saunders fight. He's training. He's ready to fight. Just waiting on his date. Conor Benn v Errol Spence. Calm. What's your plans with Jez Smith? I'd actually like to make the rematch with Laraja. I thought it was a great fight. I mean, dropped him twice. Laraja spat out his gum shield twice to give himself some extra time. And I think the fight was stopped too early. What's your best joke? Okay, this is my best joke, right? So just give me 45 seconds with this joke. Okay, so a man goes into a pet shop, right? And he says to the guy, look, I'm a bit lonely at the moment. My girlfriend's just left me. I'm looking for some company. So the pet shop owner says, I've got the perfect pet for you. Okay, so I've got a talking centipede. He said, talking centipede? That don't exist. He said, come with me. Anyway, they go to the back of the shop, get to the cage, there's a little centipede in there. Looks up at the guy and says, hello, mate, you going to take me home with you? Guy says, that is unbelievable. A talking centipede. Come on, we'll have a right laugh. He said, I'll take that. Anyway, back he goes to the home with the centipede. That night, the centipede says, do you want to watch Match of the Day? He says, that is unbelievable. You like your football? I love football. Wow. So they're both sitting there on the couch, the man and his centipede. All of a sudden, the centipede turns around and says, do you want me to nip to the shop to get a few beers? He said, are you serious? He went, yeah, no problem. He went, unbelievable. Go on then. So centipede goes out. 10 minutes passes, 20 minutes passes. Centipede's not back. Hour passes. The man's getting really worried now. So he goes out of his lounge. As he goes into the hallway, the centipede's there sitting on the stairs. The man says, where you been? I thought you were going to get the beers. He said, give me a chance to get my shoes on. Yes, okay, one laugh. Yeah, no, okay, didn't like that one. All right, sorry about that. What else have we got? Man goes into a pet shop. He says, how can I help you? He says, I'll have a wasp, please. He says, sorry, sir, we don't sell wasps in here. He said, well, I saw one in the window. Two monkeys sitting in the bath. One says, ooh, ooh, ah, 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 ooh, 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 ah, 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 ah. The other one says, well, put some cold in there. Yeah. Dad jokes, I think, generally. Right, anyway. I'll quit the jokes. Sorry, guys. All right. Okay, back to work. Thanks for joining. Don't forget, this Saturday night, live on Sky Sports box office in the UK, DAZN around the world, massive card. Chisora Parker, Taylor against Jonas, Eubank against Morrison, Dimitri Bivol against Craig Richards, Campbell Hatton, James Tennyson, Scott Fitzgerald, etc., etc. And take care of yourself. Love to all. Stay safe. Stay positive. Catch up with you later in the week. See you later.